All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, starting off, looking like NQ wants to shoot straight up this morning. I marked out my 80M highs and 80M lows. On NQ, this is where I mark out all of my key levels and PD arrays on NQ instead of MNQ. I may take trades on MNQ, but on NQ, we haven't swept those 80M lows yet. However, on MNQ, price did sweep those 80M lows just a little bit. And that was enough, I guess, for it to push price up. But I always go by NQ. So that's what we're going to stick with. We're going to stick with NQ. And we'll see if we get a sweep of these 80M highs along with these key level of London high or the this higher time frame H1 FVG PD array here. We tap into that. We're currently in this daily inefficiency. This is a daily bearish fair value gap that we're in. We see price have been hanging around in here in the very beginnings. That tells me that buyers are very strong in this area. So ideally, what I would like to see is price come down and sweep these 80M lows, tap into this 15-minute fair value gap, and then continue higher. However, we'll take whatever it shows us. If we sweep these highs, and sweep this key level, tap into our higher time frame PD array, we'll go down to our lower time frame and look for some inversions to jump into this trade. So let's see what we got here. We have a 1 minute here. All right, 5 minute. We have a 5 minute here. Let's see, and we have our 15-minute fair value gap here. So an inversion of this 5 minute may be a little bit too far down to get in. So hopefully we can create some 1 minute and look for an inversion on the 1 minute if we sweep these highs and this key level. By the time we get there, we still got some time before it open. We still got about 10, 12, about 12, 11 minutes, 10 minutes. We'll just round down to 10 before the open. So that's plenty enough time to create some gaps going up and give us some inversion opportunities for entry. So that's currently what we're looking for. And we have a lot of room to the downside. So if price does decide to sweep these highs first in our key level area and even maybe tap into our 1 hour PD array, we do have some lower objectives. We have, of course, New York midnight open. So that's our settlement. That's our settlement price there. So that's way down there. So if we open up here, then we have some major area of coverage here. So it looks like we did shoot up higher at 920. That was some, and we tapped into that PD array there. So now I'm even looking for I'm looking for some type of inversion to get us down, get us an entry down into these lows. That was a major upkick there before the open, which I'd have rather seen that at the open, but so we did create our fair value gap there. So if we get an inversion on this 1 minute, that would be a good indication for us to jump in on this here. Would I take it before the open? I'm not inclined to, but I'm not totally opposed to it. But that's why I set out this fair value gap. So hopefully, ideally, price will want to hang out up in here to try to manipulate and trap some buyers that maybe will go higher. But and then wait to inverse this fair value gap before continuing lower. But ultimately, I'd like to see price go lower, inverse that fair value gap, and continue to the downside. This is a 5 minute, and that's a nice wick on the 5 minute there. Nice wick on the 5 minute that we're seeing there. Rejection from that higher time frame PD array. So I like to see at the open because we'll get a lot of volume at the open. So that volume could shoot us up higher. Still respecting this PD array with this wick and then continue lower. That's why I typically try not to take a trade before the open because it could stop us out then continue lower. Still in the right side of the trade, but at the wrong time. So that's what we're trying to avoid here. And that's a nice rejection wick there on that 5 minute. Is our 5 minutes? So let's see here. Okay, we're still hanging out in the middle of that fair value gap on the 1 minute there. So this is our paper trading account on TradingView. So let's make sure we're connected here. So this is a pay, and I do this just for visuals. So I'd like to see something like this here. We also have this is our lucid eval here, so I'll pop that up and show you that when we're in the trade. So we'll try to aim for these lows here. which is a long way down. We also have our open, so we got a lot of room to the downside there. But once we get to these lows, I would drag our stop loss down to break even, make it a risk-free trade. But if we sweep these lows here, there's nothing saying that it won't stop. It stop us from going all the way down to these London lows. We do have a lot of trendline liquidity here to take advantage of. So all this is pretty good. So we got about 3 minutes left to the open. Looks like it might want to shoot down there. But we'll see. So it looks like we're going to get a close below that 1 minute fair value gap before the open. So let's see. So we may take an early position into here. So let's see. So here we are at the open. So it looks like it's trying to manipulate higher there. And it looks like it's just going to want to go straight up here at the open. Straight up here at the open. And I think it's going to get us out of there just on that one. I didn't even get a chance to place my stop loss in there, but I think I'll just manually close out on this one. Once we get to this, let's see, once we get to the top of that, the midpoint of that daily inefficiency. And I think we'll just close that out there and look for a better position. That was the shot we took on that early trade. So So ideally, if we do get into a long here, I'd like to see a pullback. And that's what I was banking on before we head higher. It looks like it slowed down right at the consummate encroachment of that daily fair value gap. You can see we're approaching all-time highs there on NQ. So let's see. You don't want to FOMO into longs here. I want to see where price wants to go from here. Okay, we'll just be patient here. Let's see what price wants to do.
Sensitivity isn't severe enough to deal with? What if I told you Sensodyne has a fast and simple remedy?
So approaching a bit of a resistance there at the, there should be at this 400 level. That would be our next level of interest. You see it's starting to slow up, and maybe we can get our pullback here. This will be our first presented fair value gap here on the 1 minute. There's a key area of interest. So we did sweep those 8 a.m. highs, our London high. We're currently into this daily fair value gap. And we're currently at all-time highs. Well, not quite all-time highs, but weekly highs, monthly highs. We'll mark out this 4-hour inefficiency here. Alright, so let's see if we can get another entry here on this pullback. If we get it, if we invert this 1 minute. Or is that enough for us to respect that and continue higher? So we did inverse this 1 minute. We have a nice rejection here. It's telling us sellers are stepping in. A lot of people taking profit at this area. So ideally we like to see, you know, the wicks are fine, but we don't want to see any body closes above this fair value gap if it's going to respect it, but it looks like it's not. So it's a good indication that price wants to continue. It's a little bit higher. So that's dropped. Let's see. I like to see a little bit more speed going in here, but it's kind of hesitant. But if we're still here, let's see what this 950 macro brings us. So I put these gradient lines here. It looks between these two higher time frame inefficiencies, and it looks like we're working our way up. But it's so hesitant going up. It's like we're not even creating any gaps on the way up, but it's slowly climbing up. So I'm gonna wait. I want to wait until we see what this 950 macro is going to bring us, which side it's going to deliver to. It's going to get a little patience here. I don't want to FOMO into a long and then just before the pullback. But if we get a pullback, it would be such an easy trading day. Longing into a position. So it looks like price, as you can see, we're pulling back now. So let's take a look at ES. A 5-minute gap here. It looks like if it wanted to pull back into that gap, I was thinking about taking that, but I put my OTE here, so we tapped into the 50% and we're going up here. So we have no wick on this current 15-minute candle. So I'm looking for maybe a pullback in 15 with ES before continuing higher. But we'll see. We got about 12 minutes before we hit this new 4-hour candle. Will we pop into this 4-hour inefficiency, then see a pullback possible? Let's see. So we're heading into this 950 macro. So let's see. So I'm kind of looking at ES as well. I want to see ES retrace down into this inefficiency, then shoot up. Yeah, so on our OTE entry, optimal trade entry, we got into 50%, then went up. So we kind of missed that opportunity a little bit there. I wanted to jump into that. So let's see. Let's see. I'm thinking on NQ, we might see price tap up into this 4-hour inefficiency before heading down. Yeah, so we see price coming down in here. It's creating these higher lows. So this may be another area of higher low. Each time it looks like it gets a little bit shorter. Higher low here, up. Maybe this will be a higher low. Then we break these highs. Once we break these highs. So let's see. There's kind of a battle going on there between buyers and sellers. Right now, ES looks like the stronger of the two. I was hoping for a pullback into that 15-minute gap, but right now it looks like a breakaway gap. Starting to see a little push there on NQ. Looks like NQ is trying to pull back now. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Wow. There's the pullback. Here's the pullback. We're just trying to be patient here. Let's see where price wants to deliver. It looks like it's trying to go to the upside here after this pullback. Let's see. So his new 1 hour candle is coming up. Let's see where it wants to head us. So it looks like we did get a tap into that 15-minute FEG on ES that we were looking for. So I tapped us in here on ES. I'm gonna shoot up for these. I'm gonna take profit here for these 700s. And we'll put our stop loss there. Yeah, it looks like ES is pushing pretty well here and delivering to the upside for this macro. On NQ, we got a lot of resistance here with those sellers stepping in. Yeah, NQ is just not giving us any type of commitment. As far as we got this bullish candle here. ES is looking pretty good on this one here. So let's drag our stop loss here just to get into profit. So we could see a pullback. Yeah, we're really looking for a pullback on NQ. Didn't really get the pullback we were looking for to take that entry on NQ. ES was a lot more clear. So it looks like NQ wants to hit that, at least that 4-hour inefficiency. Looks like we're getting a nice pullback here on NQ. So we failed to get a wick here on NQ with this 15-minute candle here. So we get a pullback. I feel like we at least go to this area here, which is also a 15-minute inefficiency. Let's see if NQ will continue up to hit that 4-hour inefficiency. There, we got about 30 points to get there.
Stop fill.
Yeah, it's looking like it wants to almost get there, then it pulls back. It almost wants to get there, then it pulls back. So we're gonna get there. Looks like ES. Just gonna get us pull our stop loss up there a little bit more. Lock in some more profits there. It looks like we're just close to hit our target here on ES. So here on ES, we did see what we were looking for. We got a little tap into that 15-minute fair value gap, and continued up into our take profit. Yeah, we hit our take profit there on ES. It's a good trade. Starting to pull back a little bit here. It's like ES is just pumping. So we're kind of getting a nice little pullback here on NQ. Let's see, we're trying to, we have a 1 minute inefficiency here. This is the 5 minute over here. Let's see the 5 minute. We do have a 5 minute gap. There's a small 5 minute gap here on NQ. So we pull down into this gap, kind of sweep this wick here before heading higher. Looks like it's hesitating down into that 5 minute gap there on NQ. So we did sweep that area there. See a nice move to the upside. It was a nice tap and pull to the upside. You can see it pretty good on the 1 minute. Right, tapped and pulled back, but now it's continuing down. So it's a continuation of that pullback. So let's see how far down we'll go if we'll respect this 5 minute fair value gap there. So looking at this pullback, maybe even to either this 10 a.m. open or down into this area where we didn't get a wick on this 15-minute candle, which is that 410 area. Let's see where we got about 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. See if we inverse this 5-minute. So if we inverse this 5-minute, we didn't tap into this 4-hour bearish fair value gap here. I would like to see that before heading lower on this pullback. We still may head higher to tap into that inefficiency before heading lower for a deeper pullback. But we'll see if we respect this 5-minute fair value gap. If these wicks, as long as we don't get a body closure below, that would be respecting this 5-minute fair value gap. And we got about 2 minutes left. However, if we do close below this gap, that's an indication that we may be seeing lower prices or a deeper pullback. But if we get a body closure, then a retest, and then a continuation downward, that's good confirmation for nice deeper pullbacks, maybe into this 15-minute. Like this. Let's see where we are here. So we're bouncing off of this 8 simple moving average here, and this is our 20. We're getting kind of far away from our 20, so that's why it looks like a deeper pullback would be called for. The price doesn't like to move too far away from that 20 moving average. And then our 200, we're above our VWAP as well, so it likes to bring it kind of closer. Kind of what you see here, how everything's a little bit together. So right now we're kind of far away. We're at the top here, so taking longs wouldn't be advisable at that area. We got about 20 seconds left with the close of this 5-minute candle. So let's see if we close below that, maybe get a retest. So we didn't close below that 5-minute fair value gap. So let's see what the price decides to go up and to touch that 4-hour bearish fair value gap before heading lower. Yes, Shiloh.
I want you. I want your daddy.
Okay. What are you doing?
I know. That's Yaya.
That's Yaya.
Yes.
Yaya chasing you around.
Yes. Let's eat it. That's 8 baskets. Tap. Wait. Yeah. With your earbuds. That's your earbuds. It's your free. These. That's it. It's pen. It's my pen. It's a my doctor. Cup of soap. So that my tummy. Some cereal. Let's just get strawberry. That's Master Peter. Where is Master
All right.
Peter?
All right. Don't hit the microphone, Shiloh. Okay. So it looks like we're trying to tap into that 4-hour fair value gap. It's up there to the upside. All right, go ahead. And that may be our caused it for a deeper pullback. ES has already hit all-time highs, so there's no more liquidity to chase after on the upside. So pullbacks would be the higher probability trade here. So we're getting a tap into that 4-hour. So let's see how deep into this 4-hour that price decides to go. Now, after a tap into this 4-hour fair value gap, we do have this 5-minute inefficiency that I'd like to see inverse before possibly jumping into some shorts here on NQ. So we did get a tap and a rejection from that 4-hour fair value gap. We're coming down. It looks like we're trying to retest that area to see. Let's see if these highs will hold up here. Let's see if these highs will hold up here on NQ, which looks like it does. Looks like we're still trying to shoot down. I'd really like to see an inversion of this 5-minute fair value gap for a high probability short. It looks like price wants to retest these highs here. We may manipulate just a little bit higher before heading down. So on MNQ, we broke those highs. On NQ, those highs have held steady. Right now, NQ looks like the stronger of the two between ES and NQ, simply because ES doesn't have any draws on liquidity to the upside left, having hit all-time highs. So I believe that's was the discretion between these two are ES has hit all-time high, NQ still has a ways to go. But we're currently in a higher time frame PD array, bearish PD array on NQ. So let's see if this is enough to push both of them down so that they can get in alignment with each other, and we'll see some smoother price action. So let's see if we get a new high here on the NASDAQ. Are we going to continue to break these highs, or are we going to head lower? That's what we're looking for now. About 10:35. So we still have some time before we hit that 1050 macro. Price is kind of consolidating as of now. So on the, if we look at NQ on the 1 minute, this is a key area here. So where prices reacted from on this 1 minute. So if we break this 1 minute here, inverse this 1 minute, that'd be our first indication. Then we go to our 5 minute and we inverse this 5 minute. That would be pretty good confirmation. We'd be headed down to this 20 SMA and this 15 minute fair value gap. So we got some spikes coming in around 10:30. I don't know if that's news or what, but we got a quick spike up and down, broke them highs, and now we're coming down. So that kind of, that was, looks like a nice little stop hunt there, which is good indication of going down. So we got that nice wick on the upside here. You can see it probably there on the 1 minute. Boom. So if we close below here on the 1 minute after that spike up to break these highs into this 4-hour bearish fair value gap, on the 1 minute we're below our simple moving averages, our 8 and our 20. We still have our 200, which we'd like to see, which is a draw on liquidity in itself. So let's see if we can get our first step, which will be a close below this 1 minute fair value gap, which we got about 30 seconds left. So we didn't close below this 1 minute yet. So this was the low that created that high. We broke below that low. So this high should be protected here. I'm just waiting to see if we can close below here. And we may be getting into a short. Here on NQ. And this 1 minute kind of lines up with the 3 minute as well. So let's stay here on this 3 minute. And if we close below on this 3 minute, that would be great for our short plan here. We got about 8 minutes left till we hit this 1050 macro, which we're hoping will deliver to the downside. So we're looking to see if we can invert this 3-minute gap here after a tap into this 4-hour bearish fair value gap, looking for a pullback into this unmitigated 15-minute fair value gap. We did wick up to break these highs, which is in alignment with this bearish fair higher time frame 4-hour PD array. So we got about 6 minutes left into that 1050 macro, so we're just going to hang out here, be a little patient, wait to see if we can inverse this 3-minute and jump into a short here on NQ. ES, we did do a nice trade on ES to the upside, hitting those all-time highs. Longs from this point, which wouldn't make sense. There's really no draw on liquidity left after hitting those all-time highs. So we're hoping that these two would finally get in alignment and we'll get a pullback here on both of these assets to get into a short here on NQ. All right. We got about 4 minutes. So let's see if NQ wants to sweep these highs yet again, which wouldn't look too good from a short perspective. But we are in a bearish higher time frame fair value gap. So as we look into this 4-hour, this is the top wick on that 4-hour there. So we got this prior 4-hour candle, so we have a top wick there. So and we like to see if it goes into maybe even 50% of that 4-hour wick there. That would be a pullback at least to the 484 area, 485. So if we inverse below this 5 minute and stay below, and then below constant encroachment of this previous 4-hour wick, then that'd be good confirmation for lows, for shorts, lower prices. About 30 seconds left till we hit that 1050 macro area. That 1050 macro time frame. Let's see where price wants to deliver. So it looks like we're getting a slight push to the upside at the beginning of this 1050 macro. We'll really start to see what's happening as that new hourly candle approaches. So let's see if we can get down below this fair value gap as we approach this new hourly candle. All right, guys. So we did get our nice good trade on ES. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream with that one. We'll see what NQ is gonna do as time goes on. But for right now, we'll take that trade on ES to the upside. ES hit all-time highs. See if NQ is soon to follow, maybe after a small pullback. But right now, what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and end the stream. Wish everybody a happy rest of the week, happy rest of their trading day. Play it safe, play it smart, and see you